What's going on, guys, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, we have three things to take care of. We have to ceramic coat the brake calipers, we have to install the Pioneer double-din radio on the red Evo 8, and we also have to install our MOMO quick release steering wheel. Alrighty, so let's get right into the action. I'm gonna go ahead and ceramic coat our freshly powder coated brake calipers. And this is honestly as simple as the wheels that we just did, but a lot smaller, which makes it a little bit easier. We are gonna go ahead again and use C5, G-Technic C5. Before you do so, we're gonna go ahead and clean this with water and soap. Then we're going to use panel wipe to make sure that we remove everything out of the surface, and then we'll go ahead and coat them. I'm just gonna time lapse this. If you guys wanna know exactly how to ceramic coat my previous video on how to ceramic coat wheels, you guys will follow the same process for your brake calipers. This is honestly something we should all do to keep our wheels and calipers squeaky clean. So the first coat has been applied to the calipers. They came out amazing. I am going to do exactly like I did with my wheels. I'm going to apply 2 coats. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll let this cure overnight and then put the second coat off camera. But now let's go ahead and move into this mess of an interior that I have on the JDM Evo. We are going to install the MOMO quick release steering wheel, which I removed the OEM one that was a little bit ripped on the side to the GG Evo, which is currently outside. And I also changed radios. I love my Pioneer double-din radio that I had on the GG. I also swap. They're both double-din, but this one's touch with Apple CarPlay and everything, so I'm gonna put this one in the red. Since this is the one I'm going to keep, I really like that radio over there. But there's a lot of work we need to do with this harness because somebody in Japan, or I don't know, here in the States, they cut up the OEM plug. So I'm going to have to do a lot of work with the wiring and trying to get this plug back connected. So I'm going to leave that for the end. Let's go ahead and do the easy stuff, the steering wheel. I've done a separate video on both things, on how to install a steering wheel and a double-din radio. So if you haven't seen that out, definitely check that out after this video on my channel. I go in detail exactly what to do and how to do it. But let's go ahead and install the steering wheel. like that, the quick release steering wheel is installed. This is honestly a super easy install. Just remember to have the airbag module so you don't have the airbag light. Make sure you connect the horn all the way. Again, I made a video on this. Just check the channel. I'll put it up here so you guys can see it after this video. But it came out super dope. Now, let's go ahead and move to this crazy mess that somebody did before me, which is that they cut up the OEM harness, and my job is going to be to restore this OEM harness and put it back together. I don't know why somebody will do this, but we will figure it out. I'll time lapse it for you guys because this is gonna be a lot of work. I don't wanna bore you guys, but let me go ahead and do this, and then we'll go ahead and install my baby, the Pioneer double-din radio. I'll make sure to put everything in the link down below so you guys could purchase all of this if you guys wanted to, but let's get to work. Mission impossible is done. Thank the Lord. So the previous person, whoever installed this radio, sucks big time. They cut through the harness and they cut it super short. So I had to kind of like mate everything. I'm going to show you guys what I ended up doing, but it came out perfect. Like obviously the harness is reconnected. I'll tape this up now to make it look nice and OEM. But what the person did, which is just completely crazy, they took the radio harness, the Pioneer harness, which is this one, and they just spliced it with the OEM harness. Instead of buying one of these, which is an adapter, I'll link it down below. You just get the adapter, you merge these two cables, but then it's just plug and play with the OEM harness. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know this, but this is the harness for my radio, and that's the way I had it. They sell these kits like everywhere. This is for the Jeep, like it's just plug and play. I don't know why somebody would do that, but you live and you learn. I wanted to show you guys my solution to combining or kind of mating the OEM harness to that little plug, because there was no way for me to solder. There was no way for me to do a lot of stuff that I would have done to do it proper. I mean, because I always try to do everything as good as possible. Let me show you guys the solution that I have. So this is what I ended up using to splice that harness with the OEM plug. These are a little bit hard to explain, but they're pretty easy. This is basically soldered. This is a shrink tube, and then it has two water sealants on both sides. Let me go ahead. I put this little harness together for you guys. So imagine you're splicing two wires. You run this, obviously do it before you splice it. You run this through, and then when you have it in the middle where your splice is, this is solder. So you just grab a blower and then take a look at this. Let me center it. Take a look at how crazy this is. So it's gonna shrink. With the blower. And then you guys are going to see the solder. Let me see if I could get this close to the camera. It's going to melt on the splice itself, as you guys just saw there. So it melts and it basically creates the perfect splice. Let me go ahead and turn it off. So what it does, as you guys can see, sorry if it wasn't on focus, the solder melts on the splice, and then it has these two rubber sides that basically seal it off of water or moisture. So this is completely sealed and it's not gonna go anywhere. There's always a time and place to use these, obviously, but this is a really great thing to have in your toolbox. So I'm gonna go ahead and link it down below in the description. Like that, we have our double-din Pioneer radio installed and our MOMO quick release steering wheel as well. This is just amazing. Again, 10 out of 10. This radio is just, it looks super good, and I always liked it because it fits flush and it looks sort of OEM, almost OEM if it was a little bit more flush, but that's just my OCD. Anyways, like I said, these are going to go. I'm gonna put the OEM bezel, but just wanted to show you guys. Super happy with the way this came out. And just like that, we keep getting closer and closer to getting this car out of the garage. Little by little things like that always matter. I'm happy I was able to finally solve that radio situation. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should definitely consider subscribing to this channel. If you guys are into Evos, car content, education, learning, or anything like that, it will definitely help me out if you guys can like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video, you should definitely go see this video right now. This is when I restored the interior on the red Evo 8, this Evo right here. You guys will definitely enjoy that video right there.